Hello my creative friends. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. I used a technique, I think it's called color blocking or block stamping. The card goes like this, and I figured it would just be easier to show you than to type it all out. So here we go. The first thing you'll notice, and this has nothing to do with the block stamping, but I made this card to open like this. I think it's called a tent fold. So I cut it at 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored it in half at 5 1/2. So that's this piece here. And then I just took another piece of Whisper white cardstock. I'm going to end up cutting this down. Can you see how I cut this layer down and I popped it up? So you could cut it 4 1/8 by 5. Or just do a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and cut it down later when you're sure what size you need. To do this card, I used 4 different colors of blue or blue-green, and I can't remember exactly what all of them are, but I'm going to guess Pool Party, Marina Mist, Bashful Blue, Baja Breeze, and I used Island Indigo and Marina Mist, I think, for the darker snowflakes. But all you're going to do is you're going to take a block. This happens to be the B block. And the new Juicy ink pads work really well for this. So you just kind of squish it in to make sure you get ink coverage all the way around. And then tap. And simply stamp on your page. I twisted it ever so slightly to get more ink on. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Whatever image you want to put on top, just make sure you use a darker ink. So I'm going to use Marina Mist and a snowflake. This one is from Snowflake Soiree, but there are plenty of snowflakes. You probably have snowflake stamps somewhere in your stamping arsenal. And just stamp right on there. It's kind of hard to see right now because the ink is so wet, but once this dries it'll be a lot lighter and you'll be able to actually see the snowflake even more. Like I did on here. I wanted to show you what I did for the center medallion. I used the mixed medley stamp set, and I used this image right here. This was a hostess set from the holiday catalog, I think, so I think that it's no longer available. Sorry. But you don't even really need it. You could just use a piece of cardstock or your DSP in a different color. The reason I stamped it and used it, and I did stamp it, I believe, in Marina Mist, was so that you could see through and see the blue through these little holes in the brads. The brads come in a package like this with the brad itself and these little clear glue dot, like, well, they're thicker than glue dots, but very cool. The 3/8 inch circle punch, and I believe it's from the Biddy or the punch pack, small punch pack. I'll have it on my blog for sure. But it's the smallest circle that Stampin' Up! Carries, and it fits perfectly inside that brad. So I just took some Marina Mist. This is the DSP paper stack, and it comes in all these papers, all these colors and patterns. This happens to be from the Subtles pack. And I just punched, you see that? Punched a little circle out. I think I used the Tombow Mono Multi-Glue when I did this the first time, and I let it dry, but I'm kind of trying to speed through this today, so I'm going to use a glue dot. So you just stick it on a glue dot. Place it in the center and take one of your little rounds, peel it off. Try not to get your fingerprints on it because they will show through. and just stick it in the center. And if you have a hard time with that, go ahead and use your paper piercing tool to pick one of these up and stick it on there. So there you go. I just punched a hole through the middle, stuck it in, used dimensionals around the side. This ribbon, yeah, don't you love this ribbon? This is from the celebration, which is going to be starting, I think, January 22nd. And so this will be one of the choices. You could get one for free. I just wrapped it around the entire thing. It's a really fun card to make, and it's a little bit different than your everyday card. You're able to make your own DSP, your own designer series paper, in whatever colors or patterns that you want. I hope you'll give this a try and let me know if you do. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you find some time today to get a little creative. Bye.